Hello everyone. So, I don't have anything like super crazy interesting to get done today, but we do have 3 of these little guys who I have been putting off for quite a while, but who you guys have probably been wanting to use in some of your campaigns. So, I've got them here today, and we are going to actually finish these. And hopefully Kim Ji-hoon will give us the rest of the Peccatulum at a later date. For those of you who are wondering about the Slay the Spire enemies, still figuring out exactly what I want to do with them, what little spice I want to give. But they will be finished at some point, and they will be playable and added to the dock. But, also, you probably already know this if you're a big enough fan to be hanging around on this stream, but we recently, threw out Beta 0.7, which is mostly formatting changes, but there are some cool new stuff as well, like the return of Milestone. Anyway, hello Dark Door. Hello everyone. So, let's just go ahead and get started. So, Peccatula follow a pretty specific pattern. I set them up to be Tier 1 are generally 1 speed die, 1 light regen. Class 2, usually 2 and 2. But some of them are a little different, like, you are 1 and 3, and you are 3 and 1. So these guys, gonna be 3 and 3 by default, but we'll get to the weird one in a bit. 3 and 3. This particular guy, I think I want him to be a little fast. I'm just gonna say D10, so it's not too crazy. Hit points? I'm thinking these guys are supposed to be, you know, even if you're a high level, they're supposed to be stronger than one individual player. So I think, honestly, 140 is not bad for these guys. And for stagger, I think these particular ones should be a little easier to stagger. Light, honestly 8 for a 3-speed die enemy. That works. Resistances. I think... oh, excuse me. I don't think we need 145. I think 140 is good. For resistances, make them a little tougher. Little less stagger there. And that's good. I don't need them to be too bulky. This is not the bulky type. So then we have this. Half as much damage as from burn and twice as much stagger from sinking. So don't have anything of the sort on this guy. And then it came directly from the tier 2, so I'm just gonna say takes no damage from burn, but still takes twice as much stagger for sinking. Have I made Envy Peccatulum? Yes and no. There is this, which is basically just a way to say how Envy Peccatulum would work without actually statting them out. So they basically are meant to mimic just any normal humans. So instead of directly copying the players, they copy characters who are out in the world, and generally they're an interesting way if you want to make like a fight against someone who would normally be their ally. If you want to show off what that ally can do. But if you want a copy the players. I do intend to make that eventually, probably for a class 3, but that is a lot to figure out, and I don't want to work with the technicalities of that. But, Pop. I'm just gonna call you Pop. Yeah, glad you, are enjoying, finding a Project Moon tabletop thing. Glad to have you. And so, let's up Wrath as well. So when it recovers from Stagger, it gets very mad. Cool. Okay. So I think for passives, even the high-level Peccatulas don't have a lot of passives, and I do think I want to keep it simple, because these are meant to be fairly generic. But I am noticing these guys have a pretty noteworthy counter. And I'm wondering if I want to put that on a skill or put that in a passive. Hey, you don't have to delete it. You can always, you know, keep it around as an additional option. How long did this take to make so far? Ooh, I've been working on this in total about a year and a half, almost. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the channel itself as well. But yeah, let's see. I don't think I want to, because this counter is gonna be pretty gimmicky and sort of reusable. I don't think I want to put it in a passive. Yeah, weak resist damage boost is certainly a status. It is a status of all time. But let's get onto the skills. So, thankfully, very easy to make these guys. Because you can kind of just bump up what they already have and give them a few extra. So, Explosive Wrath, even crazier amounts of burn. And more disarm. Boom. There we go. And then Seer. This is already pretty good zero cost. I don't really think this needs much, however. After use, if at least one at least one die on this skill. Hit, trigger, blaze. Boom. More ways to trigger blaze. It's nice. I think we're good on burn infliction on the zero cost, but I think blaze is a good benefit. Fire breath. I don't know if I necessarily want to keep that on this guy. Yeah, I think I want to do something different for a big noteworthy skill. I think let's say... Erupting Wrath. And the Erupting Wrath on this guy is blunt. Oh wait, actually, this can gain attack weight. Yeah, I think reflavoring it, actually, Dark Door, is the better idea. Just making it a little different. I think changing it to attack weight 2 and having it be a bigger, like, strike. Boom. I'm going to swap this to Fragile. Boop. And boop. Okay. And then for this, I still want to give something interesting. No, wait, I don't want to give it Blaze if it's, give them Pyre! You are so right. Where did I put status? A chow. And shrink you down. There we go. Actually, merge cell. Oh, too big. Okay. And then, these guys had a passive, I believe, on one version. Proliferating Flame. Actually, they have it on all versions. If the target has burn, spread half of burn on target to 2 units adjacent to this target to the target on the dashboard. I'm going to instead have it be based on Pyre. Proliferating Flame. On hit, inflict 1 Pyre on the target. Boom. Of special status Pyre. There we are. And take that, put that there. There we are. And what would you call these? I'm just gonna call them Claw Swipe. Claw. Okay. And change you to slash. No, actually, on hit, if the target is weak to the damage type, click one of special stats patterns. Okay, there we go. Could you make Frameshank in the future? Yeah, probably. It's one I've been meaning to get around to. I just can't figure out how to make it more interesting than just inflict a bunch of sinking, because it's basically all it is in Limbus, and there are already plenty of egos that are just, inflict a bunch of statuses. So I was kind of hoping to figure out something a little more interesting, but honestly, it's probably good to just get it out of the way. Boom. Okay. So, if I'm doing this, I want to make them, have more fragile. How much time? Okay. And... boom. Okay. So I think I like all these skills, but I do want to give them more skills. So, what do you have? Hewing. Yeah, let's do hewing. Let's do... boom, 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 and just have that be boom, boom. Hit. One fragile. Okay. And burn. Boom. And for the last one, I think a 2 cost that uses the counter die. So, I'd really change this first. That is just called counter. That does not have any unique name. Let's call this volcanic. No, we already have erupting rock. Let's do this volcanic strike. Hello, melting love. Okay. Let's see. Don't want this to just be another single hit. Do I want to give them any block dice? Volcanic Incision, actually, yeah, that is a good idea, thank you. Yes, this is a Project Moon TTRPG system. You can find the link down in the description below. It is pretty substantial, but I hope it is to your liking. So... you know what? I can give him the, Zhao thing of hit that targets burn to the and equal to the highest burn among all combatants. Boom, boom. And then for this, if it's on the second die. Yeah, I don't know how Melting Love would be in here. Apocalypse Bird would probably be similar to the Roland Realization version. But Melting Love does not have a Ruina fight. So, Could be interesting to figure out. Okay. Honestly, nothing wrong with having a die that doesn't have effects. Or... yeah, no effects. Fuck it. After use, let's just copy a thing from... who has a good counter die I can borrow? I don't think any of you do, no. No. To Bamboo-Hatted Kim. Old reliable. And the following counter die. Yeah, I do want to review Homebrew at some point. I just don't know how exactly I want to do it. Honestly, I'm coming up on 4,000 subscribers. Maybe I'll do that as a special. No promises, but... Pierce. And I'm going to do something a little fun. Clash lose. Gain a saved copy of this guy. So if you manage to win against this counter, you're just gonna get countered again. Until either the scene ends or he manages to hit you. And I'm gonna make it a pretty nasty one. So basically you need to throw yourself into him with a weak 0 cost, or just plan on winning all your clashes. That'll work too. But also hit, inflict, 3 burn. Boom. So it can be nasty if you don't prepare for it. And that is this guy pretty much done. Nice and dangerous without being too overcomplicated. Perfect for a Peccatula of Class 3. Nice. Okay. Pegritiae. Pegrite? Sloth Dude. Living Mountain. Okay. You need to have hit points. Hit points, hit points, hit points. All the hit points. Let's go to your Limbus page. Thank you very much, Datastock. Hope you enjoy. Okay. So, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Find if the target is staggered. Also deal additional damage equal to half of the tremor on target. So they get the reverb effect without having to have it be a separate passive. Cool. Solid stonework. Take no stagger from Tremor Burst. Let's have this be 0. This be 5. Actually, no. You will still be -3. Stagger 90. Stagger also will be a little high, but not quite as high as the damage resistance. And for speed dice, you're going to remain a D4, but you are going to get 1 additional speed die, 1 more light regen. I could be very funny and give you 5 light regen and only 1 speed die, but nah. Let's have you be able to do a little more than that. Counter die, get a little stronger. Okay. Now, obviously, this fella, very defensive. Okay. Let's see. Okay, they don't have anything too crazy. This... I don't think I want to have this. I think I just want to have them inflict tremor by blocking. Regain stagger from tremor burst? I don't think so. I think I like how I have it set up here. Okay. So, I'm going to get rid of... Who can go? But I am going to keep these two and replace the rest. Okay. Hello, Prior. Yes, we are working on big ol' Peccatula, and since we're going pretty fast, I think I might also try another, like, ego or two as well. Okay. Yep, Prior tunes into these streams. I mean, you've seen him around here before. Not a big surprise, but always welcome. Oh, Densitas Monotum. Latin for Mountain Guard. I like that. Densitas Monotum. I like that. And they will need a cheaper skill so that I can now regain light. Okay, heavy press. I think just a little more tremor. That's all it really needs. It's already... Actually... Slightly heavier numbers. There we go. A little stronger, not too crazy. Slothful Grip. This seems to be our big tremor inflictor, so pump it up to 6. There we go. Okay. Densitas Monotum. Let's just have this be a lot of blocking. Boom, boom, boom. This is still a 1 cost. Let's keep it D8s. Clash win. Or, you know what? This'll be Clash lose. Clash lose. Inflict. Oh. Inflict. 2 tremor. Boom. 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 Make it fixed number. I think I like having being a little more variable. You might win, you might lose. Either way, you're getting either tremored or censored would also be, yeah, crazy. It's hard to portray censored in a campaign, given you don't know what it looks like, and that's part of its whole gimmick, but... Maybe it could be fun to have, like, players have to prepare for censored by gaining, the, whatchamacallit, perception filter. That could be a cool plotline. Okay. Yeah, I like you just being as you are. Now let's see. Gather stones, stone shower. Oh, protection? Nah, actually, he's already got what's essentially a bajillion protection already. I don't think I need to gain more. Wait, looking at this guy, he doesn't... So I remember these... Oh yeah, that's right. It's this ability that makes them hard to kill. Gotcha. Unbearable weight, but with attack weight. I do think I want sort of a gimmick skill. Let's say... Rising Sloth. Rising Sloth. Cost, I'm going to say 5. So, not easy for it to charge up to. Also, I need you to... and this is going to be attack weight, very heavy. Where can I grab some attack weight? Anyone? There we go. Attack weight... Let's say 5, and have it be a generally fairly weak skill. Give the mountain a gun. Boom boom. It inflicts a little bit of tremor. Wow. Doesn't look all that bad, right? After use, trigger tremor burst on all targets. There we are. Four die skill? I don't think for this guy. I do want to make more 4-die skills on certain higher level enemies, but I'm thinking I don't think this is the kind of guy for a 4-die skill. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. We already have a reverb sort of effect on this. We're good there. Now we just kind of need more filler skills, I think. So I think another 2 cost would be good. Stone shower. Let's also have this be an attack weight. Just a 2 attack weight though. No, wait. Ugh. They're gonna be moving stupid slow. Is the thing. I mean, yeah. Eventually they'll be getting down to the point where, certain players will still be at 1 speed, so it'll still outspeed them, and it can just keep them, in that sort of bound zone. So let's do that, and then +2, hit, trigger Tremor Burst. And that will be a way for it to burst a lot of people And D8. Hit. If target is staggered, deal an additional 5 damage. Boom. There we go. And honestly, I think this guy's kit is kind of fun. I can't think of too much else I'd want to put on him. Yeah, no. Let me just make sure. Yep, all of that looks good. Okay. And you. And there was one. You should be a little squishier than the others, but not super easy to stagger, I think. Freeze. And honestly, you should be pretty fast. You look pretty nimble. Oh, that is not a 0. Boom. Okay. And light up as well. Buffers. Is immune to the effects of Sinking and Sinking Deluge. Fuck you, Sinking. Up these numbers. And does it do anything interesting? It just kind of continuously applies Sinking, which... Yeah, I don't particularly want... Oh, I could hover. Infectious Sorrow, because this is already just named Gloom. Boop. Boop. Whenever this unit staggers an opponent, inflict 3 sinking on all other. Boom. Okay. Boom. I don't think I want a rebuke Sinking Deluge. Is that how you spell collision? Huh. Okay. Liquid form. Just up the die on that a bit. Bigger dice here and there. And yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Collision only has one S. Weird. Uh, uh, call this. Let's call this one Decay Collision. Oh, there we go. Okay. And boom. And then this one I want to change. Cascading Gloom. Here's yeah, I mean it is sinking. Here be sinking. It can be AoE. So I'll say probably AoE. Cascading Gloom. Could you drink more stasis from a straw? Ah, it does look good. It does look tasty. You can give it a try, but only once. Let's see. Eating Gloom. Boy, howdy. What do I... Back way. Let's actually have it be 3. Have it be Pierce and Bend. Have it actually not a lot of thinking, but deactivate ego passives. Boom. And then next bit is trigger thinking deluge. Boom. And that is blunt. Thinking deluge. And I can grab that from here. Boom. Okay. Boom. Torrent. I think you need another 1 cost. I'll probably be Torrent. What's this? Yeah, Pierce. And 1 feeble. Boom. Boom. And what value? There we go. Dice recycle. This doesn't feel like the most cycling focused sort of character. That's generally associated with like speed or like some sort of special technique. Not sure I want that to be how this guy works. Um, honestly, something to remove wounds on the target. While you wash away. And let's just have it be an on-use effect. On use. Have all boons on the target. All boons and buffs on the target. Let's have that start with a fade. Oh, also, you two need cost. You cost 1, you cost 2. Boop. 2. And have it be evade, blunt, evade. Slash lose. Inflict. Or sinking. It's a weird skill, but these guys look like they should have weird skills, so it works out. Hello, the totally real Don Quixote. Good to have you here. Okay. I might want to do some tweaking to these guys later, but for the most part, they are done. Okay. Let me just double check. Everything is in order. Yep, looks good. Let me throw these guys in the dock. Yeah, they've really been holding out on the fucking Class 3 Peccatula recently. We haven't gotten another one since regular checkup. I have no idea why. It feels very weird that we have gone now 2 Kantos without having seen any more. So hopefully in one of these next intervalos we'll get a new one. Otherwise we're gonna have to wait until like Merceau's. I could see us getting Pride in Merceau's, but I think we should get either Lust or Gluttony in one of the intervalos at least. Please, Kim Ji-hoon, give me more. I need to see what the big plant guys look like. Okay. Added the Class 3 Peccatula. Boom! That should be all the context needed. Okay. Yeah, Class 3 Superbia being a chariot would be cool. I could also see it as like an amalgamation of gears or something. Green coins are weird. I think they work well for like boss gimmicks, but I don't hope to see them too often. Okay. So that's the Peccatula done in under an hour. I knew they'd be pretty simple, but I didn't expect them to be that quick. So, let's see. Ego. List of ego. Let's see, is there anything we haven't made yet? We need Sun Shower. Bell Bullet I'm saving. Bygone Days I'm saving. Everlasting. Love and Hate. Arcala, I'm saving. Red Sheet, I'm saving. Yeah, I know we talked about Rhyme Shank, and I think I want to get to that. Capete, done. Holiday. I'll save that for later. Yeah. Yeah, the named expansions. Some of them are going to have mechanics that use that. Hello. Yeah. Christmas Nightmare could be interesting. Okay. So I think Sun Shower and Rhyme Shank are the main, like, important ones to get to. I don't know if I want to do Sun Shower, just because it's a weirder one, but I do want to do Rhyme Shank. Let's at least try to get that done. Ledger Domain 2 could be an interesting one. Okay. So, I am going to be right back. Boop. Big ol' words on the top of the screen. And let's throw in, where is my image of the fucking old man sleeping? Cultivation sprites. Sleeping. Oh, dude. Fixed position on page. Be right back. I'm taking a quick break. But stick around for more. There we go. Alright. Be right back, and we will get to making some ego. Okay. Woo. Let me drink some water. Always remember to hydrate. Okay. Whoop. Let's throw together an ego. And let's find our ego library and just copy something formatted from there. You will do. Whoop. And grab Rhyme Shank's actual appearance. Make sure to double click so that you're downloading the PNG version instead of the WebP. I have made that mistake too many times. Okay, I already had Rhyme Shank downloaded, but whatever. This is more convenient. I also did not know that I already had it. Okay. So, what do Rhyme Shank do? Target's HP is high, deal more damage. Tremor Burst, sinking. If they have sinking, inflict bind and attack bar down next turn. Actually, very powerful passive. What the fuck? I should use that passive more often. I'll go for Scissors, could be another good one as well, though I kind of want to wait for the Abnormality fight in the Railway before I do that, to figure out more gimmicks for it. I also feel like it has a possibility of having another version in Nocturnal Sweeping. I feel like that could be the ego for that. And, yeah, Corrosion even crazier. Yeah. I do like random Tremor Bursts, actually. I know people tend to think they're bad design, but I like having it be that little extra use. Makes Tremor feel more integrated, you know? Okay. Get rid of you. Rhyme Shank. It's a Teth here. The Abnormality is Evolve. We'll split the difference and call it a he. Do I want this to be 1 die? Or 2? Because 1 die is, you know, how it kind of is in Limbus, of just hit them once really hard and inflict a bunch of sinking. Or 2 dice would be interesting. Because it would... Sorry. It would be, like, hit with the hammer, and then, like, ice spikes come out. It would be the second hit. That could be interesting. And we don't really have an abnormality to draw more inspiration from, as Baba Yaga is just a, set piece. 2 and split the tremor, then the sinking. Interesting. So... Let's grab attack weight. Let's say 3 and have this be 4 cost. Okay. And then Rhyme Shank. Yeah, I'm liking the idea of 2 die Rhyme Shank. Let's do Flash Win, Trigger, Tremor, Burst. Boom. Boom. I'm liking 2 die. Pierce. Blunt. Pierce. +2. Hit. Inflict. Say 3 sinking for this one, but the next die is going to be a bunch more. Hit, inflict 5 sinking. That way it can be up to a total of 8, which is a pretty substantial amount. Although, yeah, I think it's pretty substantial for a 3 attack weight. Same thing. Because technically, you can get like 12 on an enemy with a fairly normal 3 die, 3 cost, but. Let's. I was thinking. Then. I want to give it inflict. Whatchamacallit? Inflict feeble based on sinking on target. But. Thing is, it's already likely to stagger an opponent. So. The feeble is likely to not come into play. But, fuck it. This is more of a setup skill anyway, so it's not actually that likely to stagger them immediately. It's just with the tremor burst and all that. Then inflict 1 feeble and 1 bind for every 5 sinking. Okay. Boom. Bind. Frozen. Oh, a part of me does want to do that. Where can I find some people? Oh, wait. There we go. Feeble. Yeah, I do want to do some sort of frozen status as a thing, but I think I'm more likely for this to just frame it as like, just if I do want to do like frozen or whatever, as destroying a speed die or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And then for the passive, this doesn't fully work. Get a speed die to roll a 1 always. That could be interesting. But I'd want it to do more than that at least. Because that's just fine. Yeah, like a speed die paralyze. I could see it. Yeah, this... This is a, yeah, generally just weird abnormality, so it's a little hard to work with. Choices. Not all of them great. The end of each scene. Before thinking takes effect. Thinking deluge and stuff, tremor burst. No, specifically because this is the thing that lets you build up sinking. I don't want it to let you build up sinking very well and then also have sinking deluge. Is the setup, something else can be the payoff. I don't want it to have two conflicting roles. Licked. One people and one bind on the next scene on all enemies with... Do I want it to be all enemies or just a specific enemy? With 1 plus. Honestly, I could have that be start of scene and just be anyone with 5. That might be better. Or I could have it be even more people in bind, but it only applies to anyone at 1 stagger resist, so it's basically someone's already on the verge of staggering, just ensures that you'll be able to get that last hit in. That could be nice. Make sure they're not just gonna clash the moment you try and stagger them for deal. The start of each scene. Select whose stagger resist is 2 female scene before speed dice are rolled. Yeah, that looks nice. And I actually wanted to give this a check. If target's HP is higher than the user's power +3. Let's rephrase that to be closer to... There we go. It costs 16. It's a high weight attack, but I do think, yeah, that might be a little high. Let's compare it to like 4th match flame and a D. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I could lower that. Jesus Christ, why? I should not have allowed 4th match flame to be that strong. Yeah. 4th match flame might need it. 16 isn't too crazy, yeah. I just want to make sure it's a little more consistent with others. It's sort of... boop. Okay. Alright. Boom. Yeah, fourth match flame probably should cost 16. That's honestly not a bad idea. It'll still be very strong. That's probably the strongest He-Ego, just because its passive is really good and it has high attack weight. But Balakny. Minor typo! Get their ass! Okay. Nice. Now, the question is, do I feel like trying to figure out Sun Shower? I think the answer is no. Sun Shower is weird. Let's put that off. I should do it at some point, though, because yeah, recoil can probably hurt a lot. Yeah, honestly, I might just leave it here. I'm feeling a little sleepy. Haven't had the best schedule lately, but I also want to finish scripting a new video. I do want to get to it. At some point. I do not have an idea for exactly how it would work to make it super unique. Big ego like this, I want to come into the stream with a general idea of what its gimmick is going to be. And I don't fully know what I'd want to do with that. Yeah. I think that's pretty much going to be the end of it. Let me take Rhyme Shank and put it in the ego library. Boom. Put that in the change log. Added. New ego. Rhyme Shank. Boom. There we are. Coolio. So, I think that's going to be it for tonight. We made some good progress today. 3 enemies and an ego. Not bad, not bad. So, I am going to head out and finish scripting a video. I will see you all at a later date. Possibly not tomorrow, but possibly Tuesday I'll be doing that Mirror Dungeon stream I've been promising for a while. But yeah, I will see you then. Everyone take care. Good luck if you're planning on pulling for the regular checkup, Bakak. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye!